Yes, as Anshul said, it is disrupt the difficult. This is regarding based on my PhD study, which I have completed last year. And I'm happy to share what I have found. And at the end, please let me know your insights on this because it's really practical. I'm talking about the theory, and then I will talk about how we can practically apply this in whatever the context. But I have applied it in higher education, especially for student online teamwork. So it's me. If you want to know more about me, I just completed my PhD last year, as I said, and I was working in careers and employment service at the University of Hertfordshire as a careers coach in the beginning of my PhD as a part-time careers coach, and then I started another role at Hertfordshire Business School as a employee liaison tutor and also a visiting lecturer. I taught students in master's degree programs regarding executive career and professional development, how to build effective teams using cognitive compassionate communication, and also how we can empower our students with career coaching. So with that, let me focus your attention on this. Let's imagine that you are out of shopping and you met 20 shop assistants. And 17 of them were really delightful and helped you very well. And 2 of them were neutral, not delightful or not rude, but one is very rude to you. Now, shall we go to the Mentimeter? You can scan the QR code or you can just join menti.com and you can enter this code 53828773. So we'll have 1 minute for that. You can just select which are you most likely to remember when you are on the way back home. When you're going to home, which one would you be reminding? So thank you, everybody. Let me very quickly share your, I'm not sure if you can see Mentimeter presentation. Can you see that one or can you see only the presentation?
The Mentimeter we can see.
Okay, thank you so much. So here you, thank you so much for all your response. One who was rude to you, right? This is the basic of understanding the theory. I will very quickly explain why it happens, why 17 delightful shop assistants, but we just remember one who is rude to you. That's how our brains hardwired. So in a minute, I will get to the point why it happens. And this is how it happens. Our brain has 3 systems. This is my the conceptual framework. I developed it using the psychobiological model of compassion, which says like we all have 3 systems in our brain: threat system, drive system, and soothing system. What happens when threat system activates? We get only 3 actions: fight, you can see here, or flight, we ran away from the danger, and freeze. One of these actions would be stimulated by our threat system. So that's the same thing was going on. Why we are remembering that rude person, even despite of all 17 delightful shop assistants, we remember only one rude to us. That's how our threat system works. We feel that that's a threat. So threat system says you need to take action, or fight, flight, or freeze. One of these actions will be taken. So here I'm going to explain a little bit more about how these 3 systems work. Then it's easier for us not to blame anyone for whatever the actions they take. So here you can see it creates anxiety. And what happens? Drive system stimulates. For example, you might go with the shopping list to a shopping, and all of a sudden you see some of the very fancy items in shopping mall. You that's not in your shopping list, but you will buy them. After coming home, you will be maybe blaming at you or accusing you. Why did I buy this? Like, this is how our drive system works. Like, you can see, it's trying to achieve what we want or need or what we believe we need. Sometimes it's not our real need, but we believe we need that. So those two, threat and drive systems, when they activate, what happens? Our soothing system gets very little space to think calmly and take wise decisions, because this is the most important system in our brain, soothing system. Interestingly, we can stimulate threat system. It does not stimulate itself as threat and drive systems, but we can take actions to stimulate it. Compassion is one of that. And the other thing is meditation. So if we develop a soothing system, whatever comes, whatever threats are coming, or however the threat and drive systems are stimulated, we have power just to be calm and relax and then take wise actions. So again, can we all go to the same Mentimeter, and then you can just write whatever comes into your mind when you hear the word compassion. So let me quickly go to the next slide here. Then you could be able to just type whatever the words that it comes to your mind when you hear the word compassion or when you see the word compassion. What does it mean to you? Thank you, everybody, for sharing your ideas here. Yes, we can see empathy is representing bigger part of this word cloud. Understanding, sympathy, listening, kindness, active listening, considerate, dedicated, thinking of others, of course, yes. So friendly, of course. Thank you so much for sharing your students feeling heard, of course, yes. So compassion, there are over 50 definitions for compassion. So let me share what I got. Thinking of others, of course. Thank you for sharing. So let me come to the presentation, and this is what I got as my definition for compassion. Noticing, not normalizing distress or disadvantaging of yourself and others, and taking wise action to reduce or prevent it. It has two components. First one, noticing, being vigilant of yourself and others. And then second part is decision making, taking wise action. Now imagine, because it is very sunny time now, I'm sure you all are having sunny weather. I can see outside my window, it's very sunny, lovely weather. And you all are there in a very nice river bank, sitting on there. And all of a sudden you see one man fell into the river. Now you notice, you are vigilant, you notice that the man is in distress or disadvantaging situation, and you suddenly jump into the river to rescue the person. Halfway through, you will understand, oh, I cannot swim. Now you imagine it's not at all a wise decision. So we need to focus all two aspects of this definition. Noticing and then taking wise action without normalizing. It's for ourselves and for others. So I'm sure this is clear for you, and I got this one from the Compassionate Mind Foundation, and it was developed further by Gilbert 2016. So there are three types of compassion. Self-compassion, that is for ourselves, and if we develop what I'm going to talk about little later, the strategies, we can develop ourselves, the self-compassion, and we can see compassion from others, and we can also notice the compassion from others. And now let us have little self-experiment. So this is just to give you a little bit of practicing self-compassion. I wonder whether you can be, whatever the position, comfortable posture, make sure that you're sitting or standing in a comfortable posture, and you can close your eyes if you like, or you can keep your eyes half closed if you like. You can keep your eyes open if you like, whatever you prefer, that's fine. But half closed eyes is recommended. Just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and let it go slowly and gently. Now, try to notice or witness any self-criticism you have and how it makes you feel. We are not going to judge any of the thoughts in our mind, just observing, just noticing. Is there any self-criticism in your mind and how it makes you feel? Noticing that, can we thank that self-criticism without fighting against it? We are not judging, we are not fighting with whatever comes into our mind, just accept. And we can say thank you for coming into my mind. And also, if counter-arguments are coming, notice that counter-arguments are coming and you can observe they appear. Stay a little bit of time in your mind and then disappear. They're not staying or they're not long-lasting. Just notice, does this help you think more calmly and clearly now? Can you see whatever comes into your mind just as a placid lake that you can see? If even a little stone put into that water, you can see these waves are going. Just like that, can you notice, can you observe whatever comes into your mind? And we can talk very kindly to our mind, just like the closest friend that we care for. Can we just take little time to be very kind to our mind and our body? Take a deep breath. Let it go very slowly and gently. Take a deep breath and we let it go slowly and gently with all the negative thoughts in our mind. Take the very deep breath. Let it go slowly and gently. Do you know that this can change your brain chemistry and your heart rate? These changes will allow you to think calmly and rationally and to take wise decisions. Please open your eyes if you Close your eyes and just notice, how do you feel now? Whether it's calm, or do you feel like a little bit clear mind? Right, with that, let us focus on two most common behaviors, what we all face, and also the research shows. So one is non-contributors. You might see, even though we give some group works to students and even we are in group meetings, group discussions, whatever, some are not contributing at all. And other side, some are always dominating, not allowing others to talk even. So these are two most common behaviors, but Yalom 2002 says monopolizer is the most obnoxious person in any of the groups. So we know how our threat system and drive system works. No blame for monopolizers or non-contributors. So let us see how we can help anyone, non-contributors or monopolizers in the group work to make group work successful or manage it effectively. So no blame. And it is also interesting to know that Dal Monte et al. 2022 found that 4 parts of our brain extract social gaze, meaning from the social gaze. And even in online sessions, if you switch on the cameras, you could be able to extract the meanings from others' body language. And even since I can see some of you, thank you so much for switching on, then it's always help everyone to identify, help, or to make it effective group work when it comes to group work online. And this also helps neurodiverse students because they might use their body language to understand while looking at the context. So there are some strategies that we can use. Maybe we can if people are not talking, let them to talk a little bit of time to think. And also we can wave hand just to invite others to come to or contribute to the discussion. And maybe just showing that you are really listening. It's not just pretending. From our heart, if we are listening, others can feel that. Whomever talks can feel that, of course, they are listening. So that makes them contribute their best. And also nodding. That shows like you are listening and you are paying your attention. And also if clicks are there, like you can see sometimes two people are talking together, then there are some ways of maybe disrupting them. Little bit of thinking, and you can see some of the gestures and postures from here, like non-contributors, how they behave, and we can help them. Inviting it when it is online, it would not be easier for us to disrupt the monopolizer. Right, better to use our warm and very gentle tone and voice to invite others to the discussion. What we can do if monopolizer is monopolizing, we should not blame or we should not let them to stop talking afterwards. What we can do is just let them take a breath. While they are having a breath, one can tell, oh, Anshul, would you like to share yourself? Like, that's very good point. And because we can validate the point and then we can invite some silent one to the discussion. So just expressing thank you and nodding to validate, inclusive eye contact. And when it comes to online, it is screen gaze. And looking at others' body language and helping if someone needs help to get prepared to the group work. Let me very briefly come to my research, and this is the methodology. I will come to the discussion, research and discussion here. So you can see here, what I did was here you can see my procedure. First phrase, 4 students were there in one group. and all were strangers. And then they were asked to choose their own research article related to their degree program, whatever they are studying. And then they brought it. Every student brought one article, and then they present it, and then invite others to discuss that. And I used 2 questionnaires, and I video recorded all the group presentations and discussions. I had focus groups and ethnographic field notes too. And phase 2, I had the intervention session, like developmental training for students. I introduced them these three circles model, how our brains work, and how we can help each other in group discussions with all these strategies that we saw. And then third phase, again, I asked them to come with another research article and do the discussion. So what I have found here, you can see statistical analysis shows that it is very significant increase in their screen gaze. Looking at the screen was increased. That was statistically significant. And this diagram shows that this blue color line shows pre-intervention and red color line shows post-intervention. There you can see all 4 students. 1 means all 4 students are looking at the screen. 0.25 means only 1 student, and 0.5 means 2 students. You see, after the intervention session, all 4 students are every time like they're looking at the screen. And this is how individually the data shows how individual screen gaze of the group members. While S2 is presenting, you can see this orange color bar shows pre-intervention screen gaze, and turquoise bar shows post-intervention, which is higher than the pre-intervention. And some of the NVivo results from the template analysis, the quotations, you can see here how they felt pre-intervention and post-intervention. So this is another way that we can reduce the background distraction. You can see here, I use this background because all my student groups, they use natural backgrounds when I invited them to use background for all 4 students. So here, what are the backgrounds, some backgrounds that they have used. First one is Sri Lankan waterfall and this Caribbean sea. So what I have found regarding shared virtual background, student confirm that they using shared background helps avoid background distractions, and they feel equality, and they felt soothing and calm, and they felt social comfort, attractiveness, as well as social belongingness. And then this is how they have used it, and you can see it, all of them are having very lovely faces here. And this is the summary. They increase their social screen gaze, and they said they switch on their cameras just because to help each other. And they developed shared independent identity. And this also helps reframing our understanding of excellence in team working. And if we use authentic assessment, it reduces marking time by 66%. And also we are in a network of 90 universities in all over the world, and most of our colleagues are applying this in their assessments. So these are some impacts like reducing negative emotions, and then increasing the interpersonal trust, commitment, and sharing and understanding group cohesion, using self-compassion and then spreading it to others, feeling psychologically safe, and notion of equal agency and community building. So if you take 1 minute to quickly go to the Menti and just type whatever you would like to share. I'm sorry it took I think I can have 3 minutes for question and answers.